Alrighty, so I am live. I'm gonna keep this really short and sweet, because the last one went way over the time limit that I wanted to, but I didn't want to try to edit it because I don't know what I'm doing. Let me be honest. Um, but anyway, this video I made regarding a cease and desist letter that I was sent out. Um, let's see. I've already talked about in my last video in regards to, the dates, and whatnot. Um, it's me getting my diagnosis on June the 5th. Um, and of course, I've already explained and talked about what happened on Memorial Day and, and days after that in regards to, his sister, me talking with her telling me in regards to the niece, her telling me about other chicks, her telling me about all kind of stuff, in regards to, he lied about paying for the mom's funeral, in regards to, you know, him getting the insurance check and then not doing all kind of things. I mean, her and I spent a lot of time on the phone and she shared a lot. She shared a lot. His other friends shared a lot as well. Um, people, yeah, people he know that he thought that was really close to him. And that probably is really close to him. They are really close to him. They're in his club. They know him near and dear, inside and out, and they were coming forward saying, he has no respect for women. He's done this, he's done that. I caught him in a lie talking about this, blah blah. I don't trust him. Da 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 da. He's just whatever. Don't hang out with him outside of getting a beer. And that's with multiple guys. I would never hang out with him on an individual level. It's just one thing after another. But that's another video, another day perhaps. But like I said, after the diagnosis, after me doing the most on social media, just oversharing, let me be honest, I was definitely doing the most. But it was basically because of all the information that I was getting and me being harassed as far as, the girls keep contacting me and saying stuff. Their family is seeing stuff. I'm blocking their page. I even made a video blocking them. They created additional pages. It was just the most. And I was just like, leave me alone. I don't want his diseased ass. You see what I'm saying? I don't want his diseased ass. I was not putting a name to it, but I kept saying diseased, disease, disease. I don't want him. I don't want him. Leave me the fuck alone. This is what I kept saying, right? Nonetheless, it didn't stop. And after getting the diagnosis, I made this flyer saying, if you know him, to please get tested, right? Put his tags on there. Put his tags on there and him with his car. Then said, if you've been with him intimate, kept it real sweet, intimate with him, get tested, right? Don't know if you can see it how I see it or if it's going to be reversed, but it is what it is, and that's all I can do. Nonetheless, the harassment continued. I filed a harassment lawsuit with the police. They never, on a couple of the girls, never heard from the police. In the midst of that, I was closing my home on June 11th. He was actually supposed to be there with me. So I'm like, waiting for the wire to come through so I can sign my documents, get my keys. And I chose to sit in the parking lot instead of sitting inside. And I was just thinking about my life at that present time. I was crying, I was upset, and I'm like, this is supposed to be one of the most happiest days of my life, right? But my world has completely turned upside down within this last week of getting this diagnosis, within these last, I don't know, week and a half, of finding out the person that I loved was leading a double life. All these other chicks, I was completely embarrassed. I was humiliated. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, at that point, they had my $1,000 for my earnest money, and I'm like, do I just move out of town? Do I complete this transaction? If I don't complete this transaction, what'll happen? I didn't know. And I'm like, well, worst case scenario, they'll give my $1,000. I didn't know. I didn't care. I literally, I don't know. I literally was just gone, right? I was not focused on my house. Nonetheless, that was June the 11th. Fast forward, and also before then, he stopped payment on. Actually, he didn't stop payment. He actually uh, called his credit card company and advised them that a transaction was fraudulent. He gave me authorization via text, as well as verbal, as well as via email, and he sent his credit card information to me in order to pay my inspection fee. It was like 360, 360, 375 or something like that. I don't even remember the exact date or the exact amount. But nonetheless, he paid for it. And then of course, after he got busted cheating and all this and that, he called and reported it. It was a fraudulent transaction, right? And it's like, what the fuck? So I'm calling Capital One, and, because I got this nice little email from my lender, and like 4 or 5 people was tagged in it saying this charge has been, came back as fraud. And just, I was so embarrassing, right? I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Who does this? So I'm calling them and had to make, the funds good. And it's like, what the fuck is 360? That was nothing to me. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, who does this? And I'm like scrolling, looking for the thing. Hopefully I can find it. If not, it's just whatever. Because I don't have a copy of that present or a copy of that right now with me. So I'm just kind of scrolling. But nonetheless, I was just like, who the fuck does that? It was just like he was just trying to intensify things, trying to escalate stuff. And I was like, your ass is already cold fucking busted. Like, who keeps doing shit? Who keeps trying to, and I can't find it. I literally can't find it on here. Maybe it was on Facebook. I think I posted on Facebook. I don't know, to be honest. Nonetheless, it's just whatever. Nonetheless, he reversed it. No, but I want to actually find that. So let me hold on one hot second, because I actually really want to find this. So I'm just like, who the flip does that? Like, I mean, his actions, up until that point, it was just like, I didn't know him. I did not know him. He was not the man that I thought that I knew, thought that I loved. He was just totally acting out of character. I was acting out of character. It was just like I was acting out of character as far as like posting stuff on social media, because that, was just not, something that I did. That's like a snippet of it. Where's the other post? That was a snippet of it. But I thought that I actually had it on Instagram, but I didn't see it. But here's part of it. This is me saying I don't have a picture of the card, and that's him sending the card. But I don't have the actual full whatever. I mean, hell, technically they could have probably had it removed off of social media. Maybe that's why I don't see it. Right now, I don't know, to be honest. And I haven't went back through like all these pictures since I posted it, but they very well could have just had it removed. Let me go through Instagram again and see if I can see it one more time. But it was just like, who does all the stuff that he's doing? Like, it was just like, what, like, who does that? For one, somebody, instantly, if you somebody is accusing you of giving them an STD, you run out and go get checked, right? And not only do you run out and get checked, but then you either apologize or let it be known, I don't have this. Like, I'm sorry if you got this, whatever. You didn't get it from me. None of that happened. And it's just like, for one, I already knew where the fuck I got it from. Okay, let's be honest. I already knew, but he just was not acting like a grown ass man. Um, yeah, I can't see it. I don't see it. And it's because I'm like scrolling really fast. They could have just had it removed. Who knows? Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, they probably had it removed, which is funny to me. People don't want the truth out. So it's really freaking funny. But it appears as though that post had been removed because I don't see the picture. That's funny. So if people want to lie and say, "Oh, look, she did this," you don't want the truth out that he actually gave me the information. I have the text, or the text. I'll reshare it. I give zero fucks. I'll reshare that, but I'll do that after this video. This video is regarding to a cease and desist letter. Sent it on June 28th to my job, mind you. He had my home address, my current location, my apartment, as well as my home that I bought. But nonetheless, he sent it to my job, which it has to go through our work mailing system. And they opened it, and it took days for it to finally make it to me. I was out on vacation when, I just closed on my house. So I was moving into my house. I took a week vacation. By the time I got back and it finally moving around to different departments and different hands, different eyes, it got to me, and it was put on my desk in a priority mail envelope. And I was on the phone with the provider, right? And I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, and I saw that it was from an attorney, and I was like, I don't owe nobody no money. I don't, like, I'm not overdoing my credit cards. Like, I ain't got no medical bills. What the is this? And so I get off the phone with the provider, then I look through it, and this is what I see. Saying you have 5 days. You have 5 days to do something. Oh, that's on the second page. But nonetheless, there's 4 bullet points. And it talks about, the Facebook post. It talks about something about a Facebook post where it says you spread false and defamatory statements about he did not get a gun license due to rape. Facebook posts accusing him of a relationship with his niece. On here they put ancestral. Those are not my words. So never, not once did I say, I mean, maybe, that's the attorney's words, but if he's trying to quote me, that's not something I ever said. Posting flyers, contacting Mr. Mitchell's place of business, and supervisor making false statements. First of all, just to clear this up, I've never made a statement that was false and that I can't back up, whether via audio, text, picture, or a witness. So anything that I said, I have proof of, and so therefore I did not remove anything because I knew what I was saying was either also something that I witnessed myself. So I knew that what I was saying was factual. So I'm not deleting shit. Zero, zilch. I didn't remove nothing. Okay. In regards to, let's see, on the second page, he gives me 5 days. 5 days, blah, blah, blah. Or I'm going to have to do da-da-da-da-da. It's my first time getting a cease and desist letter. So I'm like, what the, whatever. But it's saying immediately cease and desist, issue him a public apology, provide written assurance, da-da-da-da. You can see it, hopefully. Okay, so nonetheless, I immediately responded to his attorney when I got the information. Again, this was sent out June 28th. I got it. I immediately sent, this is just the FedEx, whatever. I immediately sent a response to his attorney saying on July 3rd, that's the date that I got it, saying, and I need to flush this out because this has my address at the bottom, but I immediately said, okay, I'm writing you in regards to a letter that I received via priority mail today through my work system. Just returned back to work from vacation. Please use this letter as notification that I will be seeking legal counsel. And further correspondence needs to be, any further correspondence needs to be directed to this physical address. I gave my address. I said, you are not to contact me in my place of business on or after said date, da-da-da-da-da. Right? I never heard anything else from his attorney. So all of this in regards to, you're going to have to pay legal fees. You're going to have to do monetary damages, injunctive relief, which in the state of Texas, you can't get. But that's another topic. Legal remedies, attorney fees. I mean, it's just saying the most, right? Okay. So initially you get a cease and desist letter. You're like, oh shit, let me look at what the hell I did, what I said. Let me retract that. Let me fix that. Let me correct that. Let me do whatever. I did none of the above, and I've already stated the reason why I didn't do none of the above, right? I also want to state, in the state of Texas, you have 1 year to sue somebody. If you feel like they slandered you, libel, slander, libel, whatever. You have 1 year. It says it right there. 1 year. You saw the date on here, right? I haven't received any lawsuits from him. Okay. And not that I needed to receive a lawsuit for him for confirmation that he had it, or confirmation that anything that I've said or come forward about was true, including him having herpes. Because as I stated before, and I have a couple of test results that can prove that, I was tested prior to him. I never cheated on him. I never kissed anyone. I was loyal to him. I didn't have this before entering this relationship, right? So, yeah, I stood my ground. But, let's see. Yeah. So, I mean, this is, and I have like several packets of stuff, and this is crazy. This is super, super crazy. So I'm just here to tell people, like, if you plan on making this official, making everyone aware of this, making him accountable. Just know that you're going to have repercussions. They're not going to just openly admit, yes, I beat your ass. Yes, I raped you. Yes, I held a gun to your head. Yeah, I threw your shit out the house. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he did all this stuff. Let me say that first and foremost. I'm just saying, some of the things other people have went through. But they're not gonna say none of the. They're not gonna say nothing. They're not gonna admit and acknowledge anything they did, no matter what that did was. They're not gonna admit to it. They're going to do the complete opposite. They're gonna make you fucking pay. They're gonna make your life hell for opening your mouth. They're gonna victim shame you. Okay? So if you're gonna come public like I did, I started on social media. Like I said, when I was oversharing, I didn't put a name to it, but I had people I worked with, went to school with, went to church with. I had my kids' friends. I had my kids on social media. I had my exes, their parents, their sister, their siblings, their cousins, their friends. But when you're in that space at that time and all the stuff is coming at you, you're not thinking about that. You're just like, you're responding to it, and it's just like, after, it's just like, fuck, but at the time you're not thinking about that. But yeah, looking back, do I regret it? Fuck no. I did the most on my social media page. It's still out there too. I'm not deleting shit because it's all factual. I'm not deleting anything that I posted. So it's still there. And I don't regret it. And you want to know why I don't regret it? I just like right now, I'm coming forward, doing this video. I don't regret it because I stood in my truth. This happened to me. I was, victimized, traumatized, just intimidated, harassed, stalked. I was all of that. And I held him accountable at the level in which I could. And that was putting his business out in the street where everybody can see it. Everybody that, some of his friends that met with me, they saw things and they were like, oh, I believe you. I know you're telling the truth. I don't doubt you. I don't think you're crazy. He's saying this. He's saying, he broke up with you because you wouldn't massage his feet. He's saying this. He's saying that. So, it's just like, it's whatever. But, people, y'all need, if you're going to come forward, be prepared. Be prepared. I'm going to go ahead and end this video, but in closing, I want to also talk briefly about this. This may or may not be another video, but I'm going to touch on it. As you see, his cease and desist letter, right? See the date? I filed a lawsuit on him for defamation. And I want to say this, and let me hide this, because I have notes on here, from attorneys and just whatever. So he submits in his response to me his cease and desist letter. But do you see the bottom? Now, on the other page, you see it's the full thing, right? You see it's the full thing, right? But then you see on this page, it's like he did like this. You included this with your answer. Do you not want the court to know what your cease and desist letter stated? I'm just saying, I cannot make this stuff up. People need, I mean, woo, I'm going to end this live because it did exactly what I wanted it to do, or I've accomplished what I wanted to do. So I'm going to go ahead and end this live. But ladies and fellas, be careful. You know, if you're going to come forward, be prepared to be bullied, harassed, intimidated. Be prepared to be lied on, to be ridiculed, to be humiliated. Um, be prepared. It's not easy. It is not easy. I fell into a deep, deep, dark depression. But the thing is, I'm not depressed anymore. Depression, it's with some people it takes longer than others to get out of it. I've only been depressed once, so I don't know what the average time frame is. It's different for everybody. Everybody gets depression for different things. Fuck, I got it not because he cheated. The fuck? Look at me. I'm not saying that I'm a beauty queen, but I'm not ugly. I've never had a hard time finding a guy. I'm the chick that wanted to put playette on her tags because I would literally date a guy and no, I don't really like you. And I've moved on within 3 to 4 weeks. Now, when I say date a guy, I'm not talking about like sleeping with him because I've never done that. But if when you're dating people, you date multiple people. At least that's what I do. Shit, I'm not kissing nobody. I'm not sleeping with nobody. I'm just spending your money. So let's be honest. Just like when I met him and I was dating him, I was dating multiple people until he made it known. No, this is going to be exclusive. I don't, people have already seen you with me and I don't want you dating other people. Da, 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 da. He made that official. Wasn't me. I had no problem spending your money and spending theirs too. So, yeah. So it's like, if you see different things come about early on, you're out of there. You get rid of them. Like, what the fuck? You're not going to stick around and say, is this true? Is this true? Fuck no. You don't have no feelings for them. So that's the best time to get ghost, right? So I've always done that ever since, I entered the dating world in my mid-20s. I actually started my first relationship. Well, serious relationship. You don't count, like middle school, just whatever. But my first, relationship, other than like a high school guy that used to carry my books to school, do you really count that? He's on my Facebook though. All we did was kiss, but he was, he used to carry my books to class. And yeah, we used to talk on the phone or whatever, but that was it. Like we never went anywhere. We were fucking kids, right? So my first real relationship was with him for 11 and a half years. Had a couple of kids with him, and then after that, relationship 3, 4, and 10 years, so those are my relationships, right? But in between there, before you find someone that you want to be in a relationship with, you date. And you don't just date one person. At least I don't. I date multiple people. So, and then you weed them down. So that's what I've always done. I make no apologies about it. I don't hide. If I see you in public, you see me, hey, hello. I'm not yours, you're not mine, so I don't care. I'm not that type of person. But yeah, and I feel like I'm rambling. I feel like I'm rambling again. But I'm going to end this live because I can go off on a whole nother tangent. Nonetheless, I don't know how many videos I'm going to upload, but I do know it's going to be more than one. This makes number 2. So it's definitely going to be more than 2. But I just don't know how long I'm going to continue this on. I'm just getting this out so I can get through this. And like I said, I'm not depressed anymore. So that's the reason why I'm not crying. You see no tears. I'm smiling. I'm happy. Um, but this is still a weight on my shoulder. All of this. All these packets. It's just all. It's a lot. And when I say packets, I'm not playing. These are packets. These are packets. I'm not playing. It's a lot. It's a lot. So, just letting people know, what you may be up against if you come forward. They're going to victim shame your ass. They're going to try to re-victimize you. They're going to make you pay for opening your mouth. So some people may or may not be willing to go the lengths that I have and deal with all the things that I've dealt with. But, I came forward because not only because this is my truth, but also because I didn't want people to have power over me, right? So I wanted to have control over how this information was being released. I'm not going to have somebody see me in public and be like, ain't that girl that got herpes? Don't you got herpes? You got herpes? I heard she got herpes. Boo, I got herpes. You know who I got it from? Does that stop anything? As far as me being who I was before, me being the bubbly Michelle, the just whatever, does that stop people finding me attractive? Does that stop me from having a boyfriend? Does that stop me from having a life? No, it doesn't. It doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm not gonna allow anyone to hold that over my head and wave that around. I walk in a room and they're like, shh, don't she have herpes? Yes, boo. If I see somebody and hear somebody doing that, I'm gonna join in the conversation and I'm gonna be like, yes, boo, I do. Is there anything that you would like to know about it? Would you like to know more about my situation? Would you like to know more about the disease? It's been 2.5 years, soon to be 3. So I've become quite educated on the topic. Had people talk about, Michelle, you don't have to be the spokesperson for the disease. And I was just like, I just want people to be informed. I want people to know. It's very, very easy to get this. And people be straight fucking lying. Like I said, he told me he felt tingling and numbness in his legs. I was dumb and naive thinking, okay, well shit, you stand up at work all day, you need to get some better shoes. That is a sign of herpes. He told me that when his allergies flare up, he felt tingling. I did not know that is a sign of herpes. I don't have allergies. My kids don't have allergies. I've never dated someone. Well, no, I take that back. I have dated somebody I've dated 2 people. Well, if you want to include him, that has allergies. But when somebody tell you that, you're not going back and say, well, hold up, did that person tell me they feel tingling? You don't. You just be like, okay. He's like, I gotta take, you gotta get ahead of this. I'm like, okay. You don't ask nothing more. The average chick does not go through somebody's medical medicine cabinet. They don't look up stuff that's on a prescription bottle. Who does that? I don't. But I'm here to tell you, you should. You need to, because that's how several people found out that's what they got. You need to. I'm here to tell you, be nosy, be sneaky, put on your private eye hat. Your health is worth it. You're worth it. Your mental health is worth it. Okay. You better plug that shit into Google. You better do it. I'm just saying, it's not worth it. These motherfuckers will lie. I'm in 5 support groups. Some people are still lying. They're telling the group they're lying. Oops, I forgot. You didn't forget. You didn't forget. So, God damn it, I'm gonna text you. You didn't forget. You didn't forget. You got herpes. So, before you kiss somebody, before you have sex with somebody, you need to disclose. You don't just forget. Oh, I forgot. I feel bad. Or when that person found out and you had been with him for a week or 2 weeks and then you finally tell them, and what they do, they get mad. Fuck yeah, you gonna get mad. I would get mad at your ass too. You didn't forget that. And I can't co-sign in that foolishness just because I'm in your support group and we all here for the same damn things. I'm not here. I didn't get everybody's story is, maybe different, but I can't be, and I can't empathize with you and put myself in your shoes, because I would never do that to somebody. If I did, I would be no better than him. I wouldn't. So how can I hold him accountable if I'm going to do that? I would never, ever do that to someone. Never, ever, ever, ever. That's just not me. That's not who I stand for as a person. So, I keeps it real in my support group. I let them know what I'm feeling, whether I agree, whether I disagree. You was wrong. How could you do that? How would you feel if somebody did that to you? I mean, it's just, I'm not trying to shame you, but at the same time, I firmly believe in holding somebody accountable. And boo boo, you was hella wrong. Hella wrong. Hella wrong. And he has every right to be mad at your ass. Every fucking right. They done turned around and blocked him on every social media site after they found out. I would do the same. You see what I did. So, but let me end this doggone live. Let me end this live. I got stuff to do. I got calls to make, and yeah. Let me go ahead and end this live. So, be prepared, y'all. Be prepared. If you come forward, they're gonna do the most. So, you may want to, just share this stuff with your family, your friends, your closest friends, or you may just want to keep it to yourself. Some people do that and only share it with the people they're intimate with. Or some people do. A lot of people do what I do. The option is yours, but I just want you to know what you're going to be up against when you do it. So I'm ending this live. So peace out.